Hello and welcome to Let's Play Atlantic Fleet. Today we are going to keep on moving with our campaign game with the British. Now, the last time we had a scenario, we were facing a Star Host, an enemy battleship. Thankfully this time we are going against a much less worrisome opposition. Two light cruisers, two torpedo boats, and well, those torpedo boats actually are the size of a destroyer, so don't be fooled. Those are two destroyers. And two freighters. It's in the afternoon. We have some rain and bad weather. We are going to go with Duke of York and Jamaica. I'm going to leave Icarus out because if either of these start firing at Icarus and she starts taking hits, I'm not going to like it. With Duke of York and Jamaica have more than enough firepower to bring all this stuff down. So first turn, the armas are moving and already firing. And getting hits. Well, thankfully they are shooting at a Prince of Wales. Which obviously being a battleship, yeah, 16 hits won't do a lot. At least not a few of them. If you start getting a lot of hits, well, things might be a little bit worrisome. Because of course, well, the armor covers only so much of the ship. And getting hits in the superstructure, some critical damage like radar, rangefinders, that kind of stuff, well, can add up as time goes by and be really annoying. Well, at any rate, we are already in our turn. We are going to open our broadside towards the enemy and take a look at what can we shoot at. Now we have a merchant there, we have a light cruiser there. Can I shoot with all? Yeah, I can shoot with every single gun in my ship. Now here, I'm going to explain a little bit about the mechanics of how weapons work. Now, these are 18-inch guns, okay? Obviously they are extremely powerful, and if you fire a solid shot, like AP rounds, well, AP rounds tend to hit light armor structures and punch through and go out of the other way without exploding inside the enemy ship. That's obviously something you really don't want. You want the shell to explode inside the enemy ship to do maximum damage. However, we are speaking about 14-inch guns. I mean, these things in diameter are 356 millimeters, right? The shells these gun fires are roughly, I think they are around 1,000 pounds, more than that, 1,500 pounds, more or less, okay? So 700 kilograms, around that. So just think that you are in your car, okay, and something which weighs 1,500 pounds hits you at maybe Mach 3. It enters from one side, exits to the another. It doesn't explode inside. Well, oh, it's a punch through. Nothing happens, right? Well, no, your car has been wrecked. Yeah, people tend to think that because in World Warships, over-penetrating hits do no damage, they shouldn't do in any game. They did in real life, they do in this game. Obviously, it's better to shoot high explosive to non-armored targets than AP rounds, right? But if you are shooting AP rounds and you hit a non-armor area, still you are going to make a mess on whatever you hit. So that's why I'm going to keep this in AP mode. Why? Well, because those things have a little bit of armor. Let me show you. No. There. Yeah, they have 2-inch bells and 1.5-inch turrets. And well, I want to penetrate those if I can. If I don't hit in any armor area, the cell is going to enter in one area and exit through the other. But whatever is in the path of that cell is going to be destroyed. So yeah, I'm going to shoot AP even while shooting high explosive would be also pretty appropriate, right? Okay, Evasion tells me 12.7. I'm going to trust it and put 12.6. No need to be really in the same number is the first estimation as well. So also I didn't check, but yeah, my main spotting is damaged, and my main radar is also damaged, which obviously means I'm going to have a somewhat higher error in my initial estimation. But at any rate, should be good enough for a starting shot. There go my shots. Well, yep, I also got a hit, so good. Jamaica. Jamaica is going to... Where is Prince of Wales? Okay, I'm going to reduce speed. I want to fall behind her. And where is... That's a merchant. That's the cruiser I was shooting at, Königsberg. What else do we have close by? Have a destroyer here, we have another merchant there, we have another destroyer here, and we have the other light cruiser here. I'm also going to shoot AP. We need to compensate quite a little bit for wind. More or less like here. 14.3. Going to trust it. Also, I don't have any other option. This is our starting shot. And open fire. Good estimation. Wow, that was a terrific salvo. That's great. Okay, more hits on Prince of Wales, so on the superstructure. Yeah, I mean the radar tops are going to be destroyed, but at this range, who cares? Enemies already making some smoke. Torpedo boat hit on the top of the turret. Don't think it's going to matter a lot. I think those are 4-inch guns also, so not expecting a lot of damage from them. And now the merchants will move there. Alright, so let's keep on moving, same direction. Compensate a little bit for the wind, very few, because it's coming almost our way. Reduce this by by 2 full degrees actually, because we were really past them. Yeah, there. 2 degrees we have closed in, and maybe even more. Going to fire at 10.2. There go the shots. Almost there. Meanwhile, Jamaica was on top of the enemy, still moving at slower speed. I want to Duke of York to move slightly ahead, so I can follow with Jamaica. Karlsruhe, let's put the marker compensating for the wind. Last time we were on target. We are a little bit closer. Let's reduce it by 0.5 or 0.6. Should be enough to put more shots on target. And yep, that's more than enough to do that. More hits, the enemy is burning. 16 guns hitting on the funnels area of Duke of York. That might trigger an explosion. There's a lot of flammable materials around there. And these torpedo boats are coming really close, so I'm going to start shooting at them with Jamaica. I mean, obviously they carry torpedoes and I don't want torpedo hits on my ships. Merchants are moving. Good. Okay, finally we are going to be on the enemy. Last time we were short, we have moved closer. We should be pretty much on target. No need to change elevation, just open fire. And just one salvo and Königsberg sinking. Yeah. Those were 8-9 hits maybe. There was only one big splash, so yeah. Alright, Jamaica going to move. Let's switch targets. We really want these destroyers to die, and the sooner the better. Reduce elevation to maybe 8 degrees. This time I'm going to change to high explosive, mostly because they are very close and I want to deal maximum damage. Just in front of him. Karlsruhe is still moving away. T-22 is turning. Have to be careful. Yeah, torpedoes are coming in a very wide arc. I'm not confident I'm going to be able to avoid them all. Okay, T-23 has not fired the torpedoes yet. So how do I want to do this? Okay, obviously they will be aimed both by speed and by direction. So what I'm going to do is to full back on the engines, full port rudder, turn to tighten the turn circle. I'm going to acquire T-22 first, so to high explosive, because why not? Still in us an elevation of 8 degrees, which last shot was at 10 degrees, was at Königsberg. Yeah, 8 degrees seems like a solid choice to go for. 8.2, yeah, 8.2. Open up. One hit. Let's do the same with Jamaica. Obviously, it wasn't moving as fast as the others, so I'm not sure we are going to be able to avoid those torpedoes, all of them, but yeah. Okay, T-22 has already fired torpedoes. T-23 is the one which is threatening us. Is farther away than T-22. We were shooting at 8 degrees, so maybe 9 degrees would be okay, 9.1 to hit this dude. Let's find out. And seems it is. Okay, torpedoes in the water. Jamaica we might be able to comb them all. We'll see. Okay, T-22 is moving away. T-23 is also making smoke. Alright, so here we can see the torpedoes. One here, one here, one here. We really need to... Now we have slowed down almost at half the speed we were moving at before. Full rudder turn to try to face them. We have T-22. We were shooting a little bit past. He's moved a little bit away. We have moved closer. We need a little less elevation. Let's try with 7.3. Aim there. Correction for the wind. Open up. Yeah. Yeah. T-22 is gone. That's what happens to very light vessels in front of capital ships. Okay, half machine. Well, I'm going to go full flank ahead. Yeah, we might be able to avoid these torpedoes with Jamaica. That's really good. Okay, with this we were on target, but we are closer now, so we have to subtract a little bit of elevation. 8.4 sounds okay. And T-23 is history as well. Well, that was pretty effective fire. Now we only have one light cruiser to worry about. Thankfully that last torpedo boat didn't get to launch the torpedoes, and Jamaica is going to be able to comb this spread of torpedoes. We'll see with Duke of York, probably also. Americans moving away. That's good. Okay, let's see. So we really need to slow down a little bit. Yeah, the profile is okay. One torpedo will go forward, one torpedo will pass the stern. So I think we are safe. We are not going to get hit here. Now, of course, we have another target which is making smoke. We have absolutely no information whatsoever about the elevation we need, and that's obviously a problem. And well, looking by the history of shots, I'm looking at the number one shot. We fired at 12.6 elevation, moved like that. So if we extrapolate here and here, that would be short. I'm going to fire at 14 degrees. I think should be maybe a little bit less, 13.8. Yeah. And compensate a little less for the wind. And compensating a little bit too much. Yeah. And well, close enough. Not a bad estimation. Okay, Jamaica is going to keep the turn. moving within the torpedoes. That's right. And okay, let's do a similar thing. Last time we were shooting at 14 degrees. If we extrapolate that here, around 15 degrees should be okay. 14.5. I'm going to try 14.5. I'm going to shoot AP this time. That's a good estimation of range. We need a little bit more of compensation for the wind, but the torpedoes, we are going to avoid them all. That's really good. Meanwhile, the freighters are trying to move away, but obviously that's not going to happen. Flank speed ahead, full rudder turn. We are perfectly lined up. Those torpedoes are never going to hit. We were a little bit past, so we are going to reduce maybe 1.4 degrees. Open up. One hit. We need to compensate a little bit more for the wind with Duke of York as well. Okay, so let's compensate for that wind. Last time we were pretty much on the range. We are a little bit closer, but mostly same elevation. So let's fire away. Even compensating a little bit more didn't do the trick. We need even more compensation. Torpedoes are passing harmlessly. So that's really good news. We didn't get hit. So now we can start turning to the other side. Elevation was right last time. We are a little bit closer. Yeah, maybe 0.2 more and fire away. And now we are on target. Hit on the funnels. They blew out. They blew up. That means the speed of the ship is going to be seriously impaired. Jamaica is also going to open herself a little bit, adjust for the wind. Again, we were on target. She's moved a little bit away, so 0.1 extra degrees. And see this happened. Yeah, big explosion. That looks really, really good. Man, it feels so good to be the one outgunning the enemy for once. Okay, we can't see the enemy. Jamaica is in the way. But we still can adjust more or less. Like so. We need probably a little bit more of range, so let's increase that elevation by 0.3. Good hit. Another fire. I'm going to slow down with Jamaica to let Duke of York pass. We were on target last time. We have slowed down. They have moved away, so increase a little bit that elevation. And more hits. Okay, at this moment I'm going to keep on fighting with Duke of York to the enemy cruiser, and I'm going to start switching targets with Jamaica. No real need to keep pounding that ship when it's almost dead already. Increase elevation a little bit again. Open fire. Yeah, more hits. So, okay, the Duke of York is there. I'm going to go full flank ahead. Port rudder and start aiming at those freighters. Let's extrapolate. They're a little bit more than what we have. Maybe 16 degrees should be enough. Wind is coming almost from their way, so I'm going to adjust a little bit less for the wind and see what happens. A little bit long, no worries. Duke of York Moving ahead. Adjust. Range increase. Open fire. Okay, that was a little bit too much of a range increase, so next turn we won't increase elevation at all, and that will be it. Meanwhile, there for a little bit less for the wind compensation, even a little bit less now I think of it. So we were long, we are going to reduce it by 1 full degree, 1.2. Open up and see the hits happen. Yeah, the cruiser is almost stopped on the water, so that's really good. There, I'm going to even reduce the range a little bit because we were pretty past him. Shots on the way. One hit. Again, big fire going on. Right. Like so here. We were a little bit short. We are close. Well, we were actually on top now I think of it. I'm going to change to high explosive, which I didn't until now. Reduce the range. 14.5 elevation should be enough. It indeed is. 2 more hits on the outside of the enemy. They are trying to maneuver and shake me off, but no, that's not going to work. We are even closer than before. Let's reduce this elevation. 12.5. And wow, big hit there. Still afloat. That's quite surprising. I mean, it's almost totally wrecked. But whatever. Okay, let's go back and move. Target acquired. Let's don't know. I think we need to decrease elevation a tiny bit, but just a tiny bit. That should be enough. And open up. 3 big hits. Ooh, Karsuch is firing again. And he's hitting again, but this thing is very well armored, mate. No nuclear explosions in this battle. Okay, we must be still on top of the enemy, even closer than before. Yeah, he's barely moved. So let's reduce elevation a tiny little bit. Open fire, and that's another turret knocked out. So they won't even be able to fire with their aft turrets anymore. I think this elevation is still okay. So I'm going to open fire. 2 big explosions, and that large freighter is sinking. Good. Karsuch is trying to turn to unmask the front turret, but obviously I don't think she's going to have the chance. I'm going to revert to AP. Should work nice to finish her off. A little bit more there. It's barely moving, so again let's reduce a little bit of elevation. And Karsuch is sinking. That's it for her. Okay. With Jamaica, we turn a little bit to keep the aft turrets in the game. Wind is coming almost directly from the enemy. No need for big corrections there. We need a little bit more elevation. Last one was at 14.4, so I'm going to guess 15.5, 1 more degree. And see where the shots fall. A little bit more correction needed. The range was almost perfect. So there's that. Okay, Duke of York is going to open with the secondaries. No need to fire big 14-inch guns to that thing. High explosive. 21.6 degrees of elevation. Like so. Need quite a little bit of wind compensation. And open up. Wow, the wind really messes up those light cells. That's a big explosion on already sinking ship, or is it still our target? No, that's still our target. That's one of our previous hits, which has caused that big secondary explosion. Okay, so we are almost directly with the wind, but last time we were missing to this side, so yeah. Oh, she's already sinking? That big explosion really messed her up. Oh yes, it did. Look at it. All the superstructure is gone. Okay. So let's fire away, and that should be it. There you go. 2 cruisers, 2 torpedo boats, 2 big ships, transports, and that's a lot of renown. Really glad to see this, because I'm going to need to build up my bank of points after purchasing Duke of York. Continue. We are done with this. So, what's going to come for the next battle? Next battle is going to be against Lutzow, Leipzig, and Z31. So, yeah, very good weather, however, well, very good. After what we have been fighting in, this is very good weather. So, well, we'll see about this battle and how it goes in the next chapter. In the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you later.